Gemini, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Blue Mountains Tarot. This is going to be your reading for the second half of December. These are general readings, so please keep that in mind. Only take messages that resonate, leave the rest behind. I do offer personal readings. If you are interested, you can contact me below in the description box to set that up. I do Zoom readings. Thank you so much, Gemini, in advance for your likes, your shares, your comments, contributions. I appreciate that. Let's see what messages are coming through for you guys. December 15th to the 31st for the sign of Gemini. Let's see. Messages for Gemini. It's interesting, you got the Four of Swords, which is like a card of rest or taking a break. Then you have the card, the Chariot, which is a card of, getting up and going forward and moving on, moving forward, traveling, things like that. Let's see, what's that about? 10 of Pentacles, okay. I want to say here, like, the early bird gets the worm, like, don't sleep your way through things here, Gemini, and then lose opportunities in life that are waiting for you on your path. Some of you may just genuinely be very, very, tired or exhausted, and you can't. Maybe it's due to travel. Maybe some of you travel for a lot for work or for a living, and it's causing you a lot of that tired energy. But I feel like there's something here that shows I'm going to clarify this Four of Swords, one sec. Because your path is lined with opportunities, possibilities, abundance, 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, Two of Swords. Something here is preventing you, or the indecision energy of doing anything. And it's a very standstill energy where, life is kind of change and motion, and it's always moving forward. It's always moving. And I feel like there is this 10 of Pentacles abundance. There's something there that's for you. But Two of Swords is saying, like, you can't make a decision. It's almost like if it is a trip, I'm giving an example. I don't know if I want to go to Australia or South Africa. I don't know. No decision, and you don't travel at all. You miss the whole opportunity. So no decision is a decision here. Let's see here what the 10 of Pentacles is. What is all of this? Because there is something that brings you the possibility, but you got to make a decision on something here, Gemini. Yeah, the 7 of Wands. There's a blocking of abundance here. 7 of Wands, pushing back on something. It's almost like a refusal of something that's too good for you or too much for you to handle. I don't know. You're pushing back. You've got a bit of a wall. What's the Chariot? The Hermit. Gemini, you need to make your mind up here. Like, are you going forward or are you staying home? Are you getting up or going to bed? What is it here? The Chariot talks about moving forward, but it's like you don't want to do anything. I think some of you, Gemini, just want to be left alone. I think some of you just want to do nothing. You want to rest. You're like, I don't, even if there's a free trip. I'm using vacation and travel as an example just with the Chariot, but it's like, thanks for the free trip, but I really just want to stay home and do a staycation. It's almost like there's an opportunity for you, but you're walking away from them. It's you for whatever reason this is. Either you can't make a decision because you're torn between two things. You're maybe too tired to make a decision. Maybe some of you are in need of much rest. And the Hermit with that Chariot is kind of, we've got Cancer and Virgo energy there. I feel like some of you are saying, no, I just want to be left alone. I'm walking away. I'm letting go of something that you thought was the path you wanted to go on. It's like when I left finance, when I used to work in corporate finance a very long time ago, and I went down this path and made lots of money and investments and all that, and then I walked away from it. I was like, they counter offered me 6 figures. It was this huge paying role, blah, blah, blah. I didn't want it. I was walking away from something that other people would jump all over. And I was sort of in between a bit of a decision, but at some point eventually I refused it. So there's like this kind of feeling is what I'm getting. I think that you're trying to do some reflection here with the Hermit and really think about the path that you're on. You're thinking about what does abundance mean for you? What is it that you want in your long term? How much money do you need? How much abundance do you need? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to live? It's a very much, I feel here that you're taking a bit of a time out for Gemini to figure out what it is that's what your future looks like. This could be a reflection for 2025. And you may be looking at the next year saying, okay, what do I want my year to look like? Where is it that I want to go? But I do think some of you are in an indecisive state, and some of you might have that, the early bird does get the worm, as they say. So some of you may miss out, or you want to sleep in, and that's fine. But some of you might be resistant or blocking or pushing away or simply walking away from possibilities with, people, places, things. Could be a partnership. Let's see, is there anything around love? It could be around partnerships where you're like, that Hermit, I just want to be alone. I don't want to... Anything around love, relationships? That was the Five of Pentacles. Anything around love, relationships for Gemini? Two of Wands, okay. I think you're open, yeah. You're deciding, or when it comes to relationships here, Gemini, I think you're trying to decide how much work do you want to put in? How much effort are you willing to put in? Some people are prepared, let's say they're single, they're prepared to spend every single night, every single weekend, give up all of their... Some people are really willing to invest and jump in and give it their all. Other people may say, you know what, I just want a long distance relationship. I want casual. I don't want too much burden or too much work for me to do. I want something that's very friendly, start off casual. So there is something here that you're sort of deciding on how much work do you want to put in? Is it really worth it? I think some of you are saying, it would really have to be somebody who's worth it for you. I don't think you're really feeling the casual vibe right now, or it has to be very low key, low amount of effort. But I think that Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Wands is it would really have to take somebody to take you down a different path to make you want to do the work and put the time and energy. You'd really have to like that person. That's kind of an obvious statement. Why the Two of Wands? What's this decision? I think part of that is the Seven. It's about how much work. Do you really want to do this? It's like, oh, do I want to do the Devil and the Eight of Swords? Some of you, I'm getting a bunch of messages from this. So it could be a Capricorn. Some of you might be afraid of getting too attached to somebody. So you may have a bit of an avoidant energy, or, you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to get attached. What about if somebody has all of these issues, the Devil, attachments, addictions, what about if I walk into something that's going to pull me down or take me out? So some of you may feel a little bit fragile or vulnerable around the idea. And some of you may have some of these devil energies, these addictions or things or habits that you're like, I don't, maybe you don't want to share that with another person. Maybe you don't want them to know about your guilty pleasures. Maybe you're second guessing here or thinking what about if they don't like me? What about if this person... We're getting caught up in our head about the negatives. We're getting caught up in our head here about what could go wrong versus maybe what could go right. And I think it's just sort of possibly you've been stuck before. This Eight of Swords, the Devil, relationships for some of you may feel like you've been in very toxic situations or very stuck relationships that you had a hard time exiting, or you had a hard time getting that person out of your life. And that is a bit of a reminder, I think, for some of you. There's a bit of a memory there. There's a bit of a bad dream energy in that, where you're just like, ugh, I don't know if I can handle a relationship right now, but what about all the stuff that I already went through? I don't want to deal with that again. That's the thing. You put in all this time and energy possibly, or you're just like, I don't want to invest all of this only to find out that I'm dating, a troubled individual or somebody who's dealing with very difficult situations or addictions in their life. Not judging that, because people do go through that, but it may be something that you don't want to, or you're not able to contend with. You can't handle that or deal with that, nor should you. If you don't, it's not up to you to fix somebody, let's say. So I think that that's the thing around relationships. You definitely have found yourself, Gemini, or you definitely don't want to. And I think it's based on experience that you don't want to be the fixer. And you've fixed a lot of people and put in all this energy. I kind of laugh about that, because I feel like I've been that stepping stone for a few people in my life, and love them all, wish them well. There's closure and all that, but it's almost like when you do all this work with somebody and you help them to progress, and then you're like, they're off all married now. It's just like, they all have relationships or married. It's like, wow, I don't want to take credit, but you might be in that place where you're like, I did all that. Like, you were the preparer for this person's evolution to grow into another love. So some of you may have gone through that, where you've put in all this energy, you really help somebody else grow, and that's good. Sometimes you have to be the lesson for somebody else, and you have to be the stepping stone. It's not always about gaining something from a relationship, but you may have to offer up something or give somebody the opportunity to grow from you. And then it's like you see them flourish and move on, and you're still there with your cat, movie night alone. So I think some of you are contemplating. I think some of you are at that crossroads where you're like, you're not... Relationships right now for you, Gemini, don't seem to really... These are minors. Well, no, the devil is a major arcana. So the devil is, I feel like it's just not... It's not a priority, let me put it that way. It would take a very, very special person for you to put your time, energy, and effort into investing in this. And letting go of that fear of, what about if you get trapped in or stuck with someone that you can't handle or deal with. Overthinking the negative. Try to think the positive. Okay, what else? Anything else for Gemini? Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so there's that big offer. What is this about? What is the Ace of Pentacles? The World. I think there is a big opportunity or an offer here that's coming your way, Gemini. For some of you, it might be an offer via travel. So maybe it's something to do with, you have an offer in another location that it provides you the opportunity to either travel temporarily or travel for work or some kind of opportunity. The World is sort of like a cycle that closes out. And I think that it could be just the 2024 year, or a situation in your life where you're kind of like, you're accepting new things. You're waiting for that opportunity, that new offer, because you're like, this cycle's done. This other thing that you were in or done, or the year, whatever this is, it's like, look forward to something really new and exciting here, Gemini, because I think that some of you are ready for a change. You're ready for something else to be done. It does feel very successful. It feels very victorious in that energy of the Ace of Pentacles in the World. It's a new beginning, the end of another cycle, something brand new. I think also, just in conjunction, tying it to relationships, I think some of you are really excited, or you're focusing your energy on other things in life that you're eager for. It's like you want to have a relationship with other things, other opportunities. You want to invest your time and energy into your passions, your travel, your career, your life. And I think that's where maybe a lot of you are a little more focused, is like, relationship, great, yes, but this is much more enticing. This is more exciting. This is more where I'm heading. Because a lot of you have gone through some rough ones. Who hasn't, right? Anything else around this? Ace of Pentacles, the World. Anything else? Definitely travel, guys, because you do have, there is something that has an opportunity, because you have that Chariot with the 10 of Pentacles, then you have the Ace of Pentacles in the World. There's something there that an opportunity lies ahead for you, or you're waiting for an offer to come in. Something very big and exciting for you that may involve relocation. The Judgment. Yeah, you're waiting on a big decision here in life, Gemini, and I think you've got your mind set and you're in a really good place. I like this because the Judgment is like, your plate is clean, your slate is clean, you're good, you've resolved things that needed to be taken care of, you're ready to make decisions on the next best thing in your life, the next move, the new beginning, the new version, the next thing for you, Gemini, feels very, very exciting. It feels good. And I think some of you are relishing in your solitude, and you're sort of saying, you know what? You're waiting for this. You're waiting for something maybe very specific or particular to you. And you're sort of sitting on the sidelines, or taking a back seat, or simply saying no, or not making a decision on something else. That actually is a good place to be. I also see where the 7 of Wands, like some of you might be pushing things away, but some of you might be sort of protecting or guarding what you really want, and you're waiting for that, and you don't want something else to invade or to come into your space when you're like, I really want that. So it's kind of like, I think you're in this place where you're like, if it should be, it will be. I'm not going to do anything. It's the act of non-action. And you're sort of saying, if something's meant to be for me, it will make the decision for me. I can sit back, do nothing, and see what happens. And that's a really good place to be in, when you're just like, you're not attached to anything. You don't care necessarily about the outcome, because you may be over here focusing on like, I really, really want that. And so, it's kind of a non-action, non-decisive energy that for some of you, that could set you back, from moving into these. If you feel your life, or if you feel your situation has no productivity, or it's not moving, then you're gonna, maybe if you're sitting there saying, I'm bored, I have nothing going on in my life, I don't know, and it's like, if you're not doing anything about that, then you may have to make a few decisions. But if you're in a really good position and you're sort of just sitting, coasting on your path here, and you're sitting on your track, on your train, just waiting, saying, I don't have to do anything, you're going to end up where you want to be. If something is really meant for you, it's interesting how sometimes in life opportunities come to you, and you're just like, you know what, that's a great opportunity, thank you, but no thank you, because I'm in your mind, or in your expectation, you have something else in mind. So even though it's great, it's kind of like, I don't want the dessert, I'm waiting for the main course. Thanks for the big piece of cake, but I really want to have my main course. So you're like, you have your mind. But if somebody says, well, you know what, it's a free cake, and it's free cake for life, you're okay, great, I'll take it. No worries, I can enjoy that too. I don't have to pay for it. There's this thing of like, should something show up for you and make an offer and present to you, great, but you're not chasing. That's the thing here, Gemini. You Geminis are not chasing that hermit. He's not chasing anybody. I think you're sitting there with that 2 of Wands, sort of just observation, like observing and sitting there going, well, I know I can make my decision when I'm ready. I know I'll step into something, but I'm also waiting for something to step into my life. And some things will come in that are good for you or meant for you, with very little effort. It's really nice. It's kind of like that energy when you just let go and you surrender, universe starts to deliver stuff because you're open. You're not blocked or fixated on someone or something. And it's like, this is when the energy flows in and things just happen. Friends, jobs, opportunities, things like that, because you're open. You're just neutral, sitting there, allowing life to present itself to you. So I really like this. I like this judgment. I like that you know when the offer comes in, you're going to finish up something, you'll wrap it up, or you'll be done. You're waiting, you're ready, you're here. You're waiting for this decision to be made. And I think some of you, it's sort of on the, it's like in the works, and it's like something's brewing, something's pending kind of thing. I think I'll do the well-being cards. These are the Esther Hick cards. I'm going to change it up today for you guys. Teachings of Esther Hicks and Abraham. This is the manifestation well-being cards. Yeah, they're all about manifesting. So let's just see, because I feel like this is something that might be more relevant, because it feels like opportunities and things. Feels like dating's off the table. I mean, some of you might already be very happy and you're good, but yeah, for some of you, it's just not a priority. You like your freedom. That's what it really, I think, boils down to. You like to make all of your own decisions by yourself. You like the freedom. Look at the picture of this person at the World card. She is like as free as she gets. That's what you like. No ties, no weights. There is nothing for me to guard against. That's interesting. That's the Seven of Wands. Nothing for you to guard against. What's this message? You exist in a place of absolute well-being. Tell yourself that again and again. Know it. Be the evidence of it to give others reason to believe that all can be well. And I think that's pretty straightforward and simple. You are in this place of well-being here. You're good. You're like, thanks, I'm good. You're happy. You seem to be not chasing or needing to chase. I think you still have your dreams and your aspirations, and you know what you're moving after, but you're not desperate here, Gemini. All right, Gemini, I want to wish you guys all the best. Have great holidays. I will be putting out some other videos shortly, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, and I appreciate the support. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Take care.